Hey, what's going on everybody? It's the Stock Estate here. In today's video, we are going to talk about the top 3 swing trade stocks for this coming week. But before we jump to that, let's talk about what happened last week. Okay, so last week was pretty interesting. Okay, with Wendy's being a meme stock. Okay, it has hyped up along with all the natural hype stocks like AMC, GME, etc. As well as housing prices have been increasing, as well as home goods sales have been booming. Hence, a lot of the related companies are actually increasing as well. So again, you can see there's a kind of shift from the tech industry into the consumer discretionary. But however, looking at the market indices and everything, okay, it is still on a bullish uptrend. So Nasdaq's also reaching all-time high. So again, you have to be a little bit more careful once it's hitting that 14,000 resistance. NYSE as well, consolidating at the top. So again, right now is a make or break point for many of the indices, as well as the S&P large caps as well. So looking at the sector as well, so as I said just now, right, there's a lot of money inflowing from different sectors to other sectors, such as firstly, you can see consumer discretionaries, consumer staples have been pretty high flying, okay, especially consumer staples have been going there as well. All the essential stuff, people are flocking back to buying those things. That's why sales has been increasing, and the sector as well has been booming pretty high as well. Energy as well as all-time highs again. Okay, energy has been recovered from that May dip, right, where we have mentioned that May was the lowest point, but let's see if it breaks below 46, and it managed to rally since then. So again, if you go into oil in the early May, okay, and late April, you have been made quite a killing. So again, let's see where the money is flowing to this coming week, right? Technology, again, rallying pretty good, okay? Have a little bit more room to go before hitting its resistance again, as well as a real estate, all-time highs. Entire market is on a pretty decent bull run, except for some particular hype stocks that have been, kind of discarded away. And even some of those like AMC have been coming back. So let's talk about what are the top 3 swing trade stocks for this coming week. Personally, okay, following last week, which are pretty decent as well. We have gotten some pretty decent 5% gains. Again, for those new subscribers or new viewers here, again, the aim of this channel is really for those small gains, small consistent gains that add up over time, okay, and we want to grow our capital steadily and strong without risking too much of our initial capital. And that's what this goes about: smart risk managed trading or investing. So without further ado, let's jump to the top 3 swing trade stocks for this coming week. Before that, LATE format, okay, this is the essentials. Please revisit this every single time you do a trade. This is the formula that I use personally when I'm doing my swing trading. I have it at the bottom of my screen at all times, and I formulate this before entering any trade, and you should as well, because if you don't have a plan, okay, it might not be my plan, but it must have some sort of plan that you have, because then you're able to exit with a clear head, or exit not when you can't take the pain any longer, or exit when the market could actually go higher, but you actually didn't have a profit taking target, and you let those profit turn into losses. So long-term trend, area of value, trigger to enter, exit strategy, I'll go through those while I'm talking about my top 3 swing trade stocks later. And yeah, so without further ado, let's jump to the first stock. So the first stock is actually DQ, and DQ was one of our favorite companies that we talked about over last week. Dalco New Energy, it is a energy company. Yeah, right. It's a solar energy company based in China, and this company is currently in a wedge. You can see that I drew this wedge before for my subscribers, and again, it broke down again. So again, probably some of you have been stopped out if you placed your stop losses right below at this area, okay? Or if you're like me, I took some profits at the near the top of the wedge already. So again, right now, right, it's actually consolidating. Okay, so after breaking out the wedge, you must redraw everything all over again, because it has already broken out of its wedge. So again, let's take a look at the 1-day time frame. You can see that right now, okay, it has been on a downtrend, right? Uptrend, downtrend, and it has been just consolidating around this near this $66 to around the $90 range, around there, in this swing up and down, because it's a bulls and bears. Institutions are equal on both sides, right? Thinking that this company should not be worth at $87. Some companies think that it should be worth at $66. So many of them have buying up and down. So we as a small fishes, right? We are the small fishes that actually ride the waves and catch and steal some of those profits out of their pockets. So whenever it comes to the bottom of the wedge is where the long side have to get interested, because many institutions are also interested in this range. Hence, if we can start a position here, we may be able to ride to the top of the wedge. and from $68, $67 all the way to $80+ represents a significant amount of profit, up to 10%. So again, this is a pretty good trade looking for me, and this doesn't come very often. Okay, so every time it touches down here, you must wait for a good, like you see, it was here 20 of April, right? You must wait a good, the next one is around 5th, around 11th of May. So again, you must wait a good 20 days for it to come down again. So again, this right now is a good opportunity, in my opinion, for a good wedge swing trade play. So if those of you who don't know how to play a wedge, okay, go to my stock estate tutorial section, okay, and yeah, go to the tutorial section. I have many tutorials to teach you about different things and different psychology. So again, if you don't mind, smash the thumbs up button. Okay, it's free, it's totally free, and subscribe to the channel for more informational swing trade videos like this one. All right, so DQ, right? First, let's draw some support and resistance level on its new time frame. So we take a look at this, right? We are moving upwards over here. Again, when I'm drawing support resistance, I would like to always have more touch points. So again, based on the previous ones, right, we can see that the major support levels is actually around $64, $65, okay, and the next resistance, okay, where it touches, right, and there is a certain amount of a resistance that's coming in, right, I would say, okay, normally, okay, a more conservative area would be $90, but I'm a very conservative guy. Or I mean, a more less conservative estimate would be $91, but I'm a more conservative guy, so I'm actually moving it down to $82. So this is a very conservative one where I can think that, a $65 to $81, $82 swing is really possible. So this area right here, right now is going to trade in this wedge probably, and this is looking at like a very high probability trade for me itself. And after looking at long-term trend right now, is in a what kind of trend? Okay, it is in a counter trend trade, still in a counter trend trade, because right now we are trading below the 100 moving average. So if you're trading below the 100 moving average, you got to be more careful in taking profit. So again, one example is you can look at over here, right? This area over here. Let's just draw the ellipse. Okay, you can see at this area over here. This area over here, right, has a normally, right, we would think that, okay, once it was trading up and down, you would actually take some profits over at what, $90+, right? But this time it hits around $84 and it kind of reversed already. So again, when you see there's a long wick candle like this one, right? So let me just zoom in and I shorten this for you. Okay, if you can see that this kind of long wick candles, right? Massive long wick candles, all right? So where there's a lot of rejection, okay, in the day, right? That means that is a potential signal to the market, right? Or to you guys as the market participants that, the market, the buyers stepped up to push the price higher to go back to its original $91. But again, they did not have enough strength. There's a lot of people selling it, and hence it's sold all the way back down. So at this point, when you see this kind of long wick candle over here, right, then you should be a bit more cautious, okay, start taking some profits. And after that, you see again, there's another long wick candle just like this one. You can see there's a lot of selling pressure there. So at this area, when you can see there's a lot of selling pressure, then you might think that, okay, this is where I might want to, cut short my profit targets, maybe take some profits, half profits along the way up, and maybe set a stop loss right below the 20 moving average that is on there right now. So again, it did not sustain again, as I said, and it broke down all the way down here. So this is a counter trend trade. Be a little bit more careful, be a little bit more smart in taking profits. So area of value, where's the area of value? So again, why we want to, why did I say this is a very once in a lifetime, or not, okay, I won't say once in a lifetime, okay, once in every 20 days kind of trade, because it's not every day that it trades near the support resistance where it gives us the maximum amount of reward, which is, you can see the maximum amount of reward is here. Okay, the maximum amount of reward is this, right? Okay, this length, this is the maximum amount of reward, right? Compared to the amount of risk that we have, which is maybe our stop loss over here. Okay, so again, you can see that this is why we want to always trade this kind of a setups, because if we are trading these kind of setups, right? Then the risk, this is the reward, right? This is the risk, and the risk will be much lesser than the reward. Okay, if we enter at this pricing, okay, you enter at this pricing. But however, for example, if you enter at maybe it was dipping, right? It was dipping around here, right? Then you are trying to buy at this area. Then, example, a reasonable stop loss will be right below this area, right? Then you can see that the risk, okay, this is the risk, right? It's so much more than the reward. So again, buying at the area of value is very important. Let the market come to you so that you can enter at a good price, so that your risk versus reward is a better one, and over time your edge will play out, and you actually have a higher profit margin over all your trades. So area of value is very, very important. You got to buy near a moving average, a support resistance after a confirmation have been seen. And what's a confirmation? Confirmation, that means there is a certain bounce that is coming through. So let me just undo both of these. All right, so let me just bring this to the side. Okay, let's bring all this to the side. All right, so this is the area that we're looking at now. Area value, you kind of understand that the area value is near the support resistance area of around $64, $65. And right now, let's take a look at the trigger to enter. So what is the trigger to enter for this company? So the trigger to enter right now is actually after we want to see a confirmation. So what's a confirmation? So confirmation would be something like this one. Confirmation is when, let me bring up my doodle. So again, we want to see the company, right? Okay, hit maybe this resistance. Okay, maybe even go below it a little bit and close strongly up. Okay, with a nice little candle, maybe a candle like this one, maybe a candle like this one coming up here. Okay, a nice big candle like this one over here. Okay, a nice big candle coming strongly above, closing strongly above. Then you see, hey, there is certain bounce. Okay, maybe no need to be a very big candle, but it shows that there's buyers stepping in at these prices, and that's what the trigger to enter would be like. Okay, so you do not want to enter if you see, right? Don't want to enter yet. If you see the next day open, right, there's a strong selling sentiment that is coming through over here. So example, imagine this is now a red candle, right? So next day open, bam, okay, red candle, so huge, right? Then would you want to go in yet? No, okay, until maybe next day, right? Maybe next day it went under, okay, then maybe next day, imagine next candle, this is a green candle, right? It closed strongly above this line itself, okay, maybe here. Then you might want to enter this trade here, which shows that there is a bounce above this line. So again, if 2 days in a row, okay, there's 2 red candles, bam, bam, downside over here, then okay, do you want to enter this trade? No, okay, don't be a fool, okay, and catch a falling knife. So again, you want to see that somewhat of a bias or the big fishes are coming in at these prices to buy back these prices again. Then you want to enter the trade, okay? So that is for the trigger to enter. And exit strategy is very important as well. A lot of people like to do LAT, then they don't do the E. Okay, but the E is actually one of the most important ones as well, which is where to exit if it's a loss, where to take your profits if it's a profit. So again, the profit taking area range, right? I would actually say it is around, okay, 82. You can start to take profits from 82 to 91. So again, when it hits 82, personally for me, myself, I will actually take maybe half my profits and let the rest, okay, with a trading stop loss, I'll just manually monitor whether there is a bearish sentiment coming in, like, the wicks that I told you about, this long little wick over here. Okay, if I begin to see many of these kind of wicks coming out, right, then I'll be like, oh, okay, maybe it's time for me to exit all my positions. So again, I'll probably take half my positions out at this range and, monitor the rest. And if things doesn't look really right, I'll just take out the rest of my profits and secure it and, have a good meal. Okay, so what's the exit strategy, right? Exit strategy, again, we want to, for this kind of company, very volatile itself. Okay, if we enter at maybe this range, right, we want to set stop loss. Our stop loss maybe around, let's see, okay, maybe around this. Okay, let's see, right? Maybe around this range. Okay, this range will be good. Okay, around this range, I'll set my stop loss right below the 20 moving, right below this resistance area. Maybe right below this area, because you can see that the market tends to sometimes spike below for a little bit, and you don't want to get stopped out because of this kind of random big spike. So maybe around $58 will be personally my stop loss. Okay, maybe $58, $58.60. Okay, $58.80 or $59 would be a good stop loss itself. Okay, again, this all depends on what is the price that you entered at. So if you enter a little bit higher after confirmation, then your stop loss could be really, really tight, right? All the way at $63. So again, it depends on where you actually enter your positions. But if you entered after a confirmation, then again, your stop loss should be a little bit more tighter, but not too tight. So it definitely should not be inside the range. It should be a little bit outside the range for a little bit of space, maybe $62 range. $58 to $62 will be a stop loss depending on your own risk management and how long are you intending to hold this position. So the shorter the holding period, maybe 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, your stop loss should be a little bit more tighter. But however, it should not go inside the range of the support and resistance. And that's it for DQ. And I really went really in depth into this because I really want to teach you guys about how I actually think through all these companies, how I analyze them, and how I really manage to trade them with good risk management. So the rest of the two companies, and I'll give you one additional one as well, just as a bonus for all of you guys for me hitting 1,000 subscribers. Thank you very much. Okay, I hope I made you guys some money as well. And yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. So again, smash the thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already, and join this community of wonderful people learning how to swing trade. So the next three companies that I'll be giving you will be actually, I will not go through too in depth, but I'll give you some numbers for you to look at as well as some support and resistance. And I want you to figure out and do the homework by yourself, because ultimately I want you to be an independent swing trader when it comes to swing trading these kind of stocks itself. And yeah, this is the rest of these, right? I'll just go through very quickly, and I don't want to drag this video out to maybe like 30 minutes, right? Okay, so next company I'm going to talk about is IMAB. So IMAB is a biotech company that has been really rallying and having really strong momentum for the past few weeks, which not a lot of companies at this stage right now at these market conditions are at. Okay, a lot of companies are run on a consolidation after a huge dump, more like DQ's company chart. But this is really in a huge uptrend, right? Every time it hits the 20 moving average in the 1 day time frame, it just tends to bounce very strongly. And each time it goes up, right, you can see there's a huge, strong green bullish candle coming up. Again, right now, there's a lot of short sellers trying to sell it back down again. But again, I'm really looking very closely at this range, right, for it to, bounce above this 20 moving average over here. So let me just draw it out for you. Bring out my favorite, the doodle. Okay, I'm going to bring out here. So again, this 20 moving average is probably going to extend out here. I'm looking for it to really bounce above. So if it bounces above here, I might take a position over here to swing it to the upside. And the upside, again, I'll actually, since this is a trending company, right, at $84, you should take half your profits and really let the rest ride, because there's a high chance that it will break this resistance per se, because this is a trending company, and go on higher with the moving average. So again, if you enter at a confirmation around 75, you can swing around to 82, which is a good 10% profit. So this is a chart that's really looking really nice and on very high bullish trend right now, which I think there's some potential for next week. So that is IMAB. Next company we're going to talk about is actually UTCC. UTCC is a ultra clean holdings, which is probably something to do with energy, right? Okay, again, these companies are trading based on technicals. Okay, we do not want to delve in too much on the fundamentals, because again, in the short term, fundamentals don't really matter as much as the price movement, in my personal opinion, and throughout my experience in swing trading, right? So fundamental is really for those companies that you're willing to hold through all the volatility for 5 to 10 years, which I do have my long-term investments as well. And one of my subscribers actually asked me, what is my allocation, right? So again, I have 50% in very, very long-term investments, and 30% I use for swing trades, and 20% I held in cash for any kind of situations to take advantage of the dips and everything else. So long-term investments has its place. Swing trading have its place as well, because swing trading provides liquidity. When the market tanks or anything, at least all my companies or my stocks that have been my swing trades will get stopped out, and I'll have that capital. Whereas for long-term investments, okay, it's kind of locked there for a long time. Okay, and if a market downturn is there, okay, I won't have the liquidity there, because I would definitely not want to sell my good companies at a loss. So next company is actually a UTCC, again, ultra clean holdings. This company has been going on a downtrend, and right now it's consolidating. And the funny thing is, right, normally you'll be telling, hey man, stock is dead, this company is hitting a certain resistance level, right? And it's gonna probably sell back down. And why are you choosing this company? Are you like dumb? Okay, so again, there is some companies that is showing signs of it breaking to the further upside, and this is one of them. Okay, so why do I say that extra? So let me just talk about this for a little bit. Okay, this is a very important skill that you guys have to listen. So again, I'll please listen through, because this is a very, very important thing for you guys. So normally, okay, if you can see that the company that is going on a range, right, and it's going to the top of the range, right, if it's showing very slow momentum and it's like kind of immediately going down, right, so again, that is not really a good sign. But again, what I want to see of this kind of company going up as high as they can, right, is for it to have a consolidation around this area. So again, there is a up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and after there's a consolidation near the top. That means there's a lot of buyers and sellers trying to sell back down, but a lot of buyers is actually buying up even at this $56 range. That means probably some fundamental news, some good news have come about the company. A lot of maybe insiders have some good sentiment. People are buying this company up at this range. So again, there are a lot of people who are thinking that, oh, it's hitting a resistance level, I'm going to sell it down. But a lot of buyers are actually buying the stock up. So again, you can see there's a lot of consolidation around this range. So this company is not one to buy immediately yet. Okay, I'll wait for it to come back down to this small range over here, maybe around $56 around there. Then I'll actually enter. Then after that, swing it up. Okay, you could actually make it a short swing trade for $55 to $57 or $58. You could swing a small profit, but again, I would say the big money is in this one where it breaks out of this small little consolidation and goes up to the further upside, okay, all the way to the upside. Okay, stop loss, okay, for this kind of trade, just set right below, you know, the resistance or the support level below here, right below here. So again, if it gets stopped out, that means, you know, in the end, the bears won and it's going all the way back down, okay, into the low 40 plus dollars, okay. It's going all the way back down here to the $46. So again, you have to set a stop loss. If you don't set a stop loss, okay, you're setting up self for failure because you are not managing your risk. You're not controlling the only element of this entire game that you're able to control, okay? Because the market can do whatever it wants. You only can control how much risk you are risking of your capital in the markets. So last company, which is the bonus company, is actually Jumia. I think Jumia is a pretty, you know, well talked about company by many people, and for good reason at that. Okay, it's an African e-commerce company. So this company, a lot of people have likened it to maybe Alibaba, okay, the next giant, e-commerce giant, right? So anything that's e-commerce, a lot of people are just hyped up on it. So it is a hype company, but however, since it's massive rally, right, again, trend is your friend, right? Oh yeah, quick plug over here, right? I have a newsletter on Substack, and I've actually released an article about 7 good traits of a momentum stock. So again, if you want to go read those articles and stay up to date to my, you know, sometimes I do teach some stuff there as well if I don't have the time to make a full video. Okay, then go on down to the description below. I have a Substack link, and click on that to subscribe to my newsletter so that you can receive, you know, some educational teachings here and there which you can read on the bus or wherever you are. So right now over here, right, you can see that Jumia has been on a uptrend from here when it starts, right, $15 all the way to $60, which is a 4x in price. But after that, he has from $60 plus, he has dumped all the way to $30, which is a whopping 100%, 50% loss from its all-time highs, right? So that is actually a very, very big blow for people who actually bought at the top. So, but right now, after it has been on a downtrend, right? Okay, it seems to have support around $31, but it just like said nope. Okay, it went down all the way, and suddenly at this range over here, right, a lot of people start thinking that, hey, Jumia is a good buy. They start to buy back up again. So there's a change in trend. So again, uptrend. Okay, there's an uptrend over here, downtrend. Then after that, down is showing an uptrend back again. And it's all dictated by this 20 moving average, which is the yellow line over here. So again, when it trades above the yellow line, okay, it is a uptrend. But when it starts trading below, it keeps getting rejected in the 20 moving average. So this is the nature of this price chart. So again, different price charts are different. So some charts might be rejected by 50 moving averages. This is a rejection by the 20 moving average. So again, right now it broke above the 20 moving average with some momentum, and right now it's coming down back to this 20 moving average. So again, if it holds this 20 moving average, let me bring up my doodle again. Okay, if it holds above this, right, and starts bouncing up, we could see a potential, start of a new trend, a monster trend in Jumia back to, maybe its all-time high. So again, for this is kind of momentum plays. Okay, again, you want to set your stop loss, okay, right below. If it manages to bounce, set a stop loss right below here. Okay, and you can ride it up all the way. Okay, and remember to take some profits along the way as well. I will take some profits right around, okay, this range where there's a lot of selling pressure, maybe around, let's see what numbers are. $47, if I manage to swing all the way there, you should take some profits because you can see that this range over here, right, this range, massive amount of sellers are selling at this area. Massive amount of people are dumping at this area. This area are all the whales. So again, whenever it hits this pricing, maybe all the institutions that already have some shares will dump at this area. So again, $47 is a good conservative area to take a lot of your profits. And if it goes higher, right, you can take the rest of it at $66 or set a trading stop loss to exit after the trend is broken. So that's it for today's video, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Wait. I forgot something. Update for last week, right? So update for last week. Okay, so the quick one, right? So last week was pretty good as well. Okay, Unity was up 5.47%. Okay, when it opened, market open, I felt, hey, you know, that's pretty good. So I entered and I got around a 4.7% profit from this one, from Unity. So pretty decent, okay, last 5 days, right? So 5.74%, pretty decent. Good trade. So again, it's about the 5% consistent profits. AMRS, okay, market open as well. I waited for a little bit. I entered as well, and I got up to around, I would say this one I didn't have much profits because I missed the major rally, right? So I actually got around 2.7% profits in this one because I was this is my bad itself because I wasn't watching the market on this market open. I was doing something else because again, as I said, swing trading for me is more of like a side. A thing that I do on the side. I do have a main job, which I think many of you are like me as well. So what I do is sometimes that I'll be quite busy with other things. So swing trading is for me is on the market day itself. I'll just look at it maybe once every hour. So again, I missed it because I was doing something else. Then it was around 2.47% profits for this one. But for those of you who managed to catch the whole wave of this, right, to get a full 5%, hey, good job to you. And BYD, I entered around the lows over here where it consolidated, and right now it's just been consolidating all the while. My stop loss is below the $61 level, so again, I'm just still in this trade itself, and it's just going to consolidate. So again, if it consolidates for too long, it's not moving for too long, I'm probably going to exit out this trade and take my capital and move it to somewhere else. So that is for Boyd Gaming, and as well as the update for last week's picks. Alright, that's it for today's video, everyone. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening ahead, and good luck, good trading, and I'll see you again in the next video. Stocks it up.